This is a prison planet. The labyrinth is this world which we have been sent down into. We are dazed and confused, striking at shadows and wounding each other in the process. The anticipation of disaster or the dread of our doom is always worse than the culmination of our fears. This is because the horrors which our imaginations can conjure in our minds has no limit. When we are controlled by our emotions, we are like a terrified driver of a motor vehicle who is transfixed on a point of impact, somewhere out ahead of him, making the flow of time dilate around his consciousness. And those last crucial seconds before an impact seem like a slow motion action replay in advance. Being mentally unprepared, the so-called accident seems inevitable to the fatalist, and rather than perform the necessary inputs to the controls of the vehicle, which would allow him to either lessen the severity of the impact or avoid crashing entirely, he freezes, thinking that the awful destination is unavoidable. Or worse, he actually steers into the very thing he wants to avoid. By becoming transfixed in this way, without realizing what we're doing, we often become the agents of our own destruction. So instead, let us take control of ourselves. Let us turn and face our fears. Rather than turning our heads away or squinting nervously at our fears through our fingers as we attempt to shield our minds from what we dare not countenance, do the opposite. Take a good look at your worst fear. Allow yourself to feel the fear and engage your rational mind to examine it for what it is. Turn it around in your mind's eye. Take control of your breathing. Allow it a few seconds to come under your direct vision. Become used to what it looks like, as it arrives and as it leaves. Learn that it has no more power over you than what you choose to give it. Next time it approaches, you can practice observing your anxiety as it floats by. All of our fears, whether it be the fear of rejection or isolation, public shame, humiliation, poverty or injury, all of these things ultimately boil down to a fear of our own mortality. Yet this is something we will all face when it is our time. Realize that when you no longer fear death, you become free to live. So do not chart your life by following where fear might lead you. Instead, look inside yourself to find your moral compass and let that be your guide.